Good evening. Welcome to episode 3 of Splashville TV podcast. Today's episode is called The Debate Show, where we'll be debating, just like the presidential candidates, many groundbreaking topics. Of course, joined by two gracious hosts, OT Flacco and Uptown Jamil. How we doing today, OT Flacco?
Oh, we're doing good. I'm ready to get these debates in. You know, some people don't think they right. Some people think they wrong. Some people might know they right and end up wrong. So we gonna see.
Thank you, moderator. Uptown Mel, I'm just excited to, get started.
Okay.
I hear what everybody has to say.
Everybody good? Everybody feeling good?
Is that a new jacket you have on there?
The Lakers won, so it's only right.
All right.
Is that a new shirt?
So what we're doing today is one of the feedback we got from a lot of people is that we don't have any female input on this show. So we have some female debaters that will show we know what we're talking about, no matter who's up here on the show.
Facts.
So with that being said, let's jump right into the debate. Enjoy this episode.
Splashville TV.
Alright, my name is Gloria. I'm going to be the moderator for the debate show. So for our first topic is going to be 50-50. So we're just discussing how you feel like it should be split in a relationship. Our first two debaters here, we have Jamil and we have Danny. So we just want you to take a couple minutes just to say what your stance is on the topic, and then we'll give each of you a chance to rebut what the other says. So let's start with Danny.
Alright, hey, I'm Danny. So for me, 50-50, I think it depends on the culture and the lifestyle in which you come from. Where I come from, the man is responsible for the primary function of the household. I mean, I think that as the man, and most often time, the leader, you want to be treated as a leader, then you have to act as such as a leader of the household. And the leader pays the bill to be the leader. If you're not willing to do that, then you really don't have any place in the household in my mind. So that's it for me.
Okay.
I will say that was some strong arguments from Danny. I feel like, are you familiar with the 19th Amendment?
I am.
Okay, that's wonderful. So the 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote, as well as also, lots of other rights that women have, and you deserve it. Also, in 2001, it was a big famous group, I'm sure you heard of it, Destiny's Child. They came up with a song called Independent Women.
So we want to make sure we stay on topic. You only have 2 minutes.
Okay. All right. I don't think I'm done yet.
Okay.
Independent women, also, I just lost my train of thought.
We just want to know what your stance is. Do you agree or do you disagree?
I agree. I think that it should be 50-50.
Okay, and why do you agree?
I feel like that, I just think that when a man and a woman, I think are the same. So I think we should handle bills and things like that as the same.
Okay.
Do I need a moment to speak?
Yeah, go ahead. You can.
So the 19th Amendment gives the women a right to vote, to exercise as a human being. It has nothing to do with you being a man and doing your part. So you being a man and doing your part has nothing to do with the 19th Amendment. If you want to mention the 19th Amendment, ask me to take the trash out. But don't ask me about helping you be a man. Being a man is being the head of the household. Head of the household, if you look that up, it defines the person that runs the household. Running the household means paying the bills, making sure everything's working, everything is fluent in the household. That's what being the man in the household. Anything I bring to the table should be extra. So my 6 figures should be extra. That's it.
All right. Well, you both had a chance to do your rebuttals, right?
I don't think I had a rebuttal.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
But thank you. I will say, I'm sorry if I upset you.
No, not at all.
I'm
just passionate about the topic.
Okay, that's a good word. I said a lot of steam coming from it, but I will say you made a lot of great arguments. But I will say that I think that men and women are the same. I think women fought for a lot of votes, rights to vote and stuff like that, where it should be equal. So why should I, pay more when we are the same? I don't have a problem with paying my fair share, but I feel like it should be the same.
Okay.
All right, so we heard from both Danny and Jamil, but we do have a question from the audience. So, Venice, did you have a question? Both of you have a chance to answer. We'll start with Danny first again.
Sure. Yes. So both of you referenced kind of the traditional sense of like a man and a female's role. Well, Jamil kind of did.
Thank you.
And so my question is, do you think in the modern sense, now that like women are the most educated, you know, and things of that nature, does that change the view of modern day versus traditional of what the role is of a man and a woman, and why?
So I think that's a great question. I think the difference is depending on, you know, the man and the woman, depending on who they are. Some men, and I'm not, and this is a general statement, some men want to have things moderate to their benefit. So if we're equal in the household, I'm equal in making the decisions. I'm equal in running the household. So you can't put me on a back burner and then want me to pay half. If I pay half, my voice is just as big as yours in the modern sense. And I'm okay with paying half, but I need to have half of my voice heard. It's not about what you make versus what I make, what your education level is versus my education level, because we all have different walks in life, and I'm okay with that. But if you want 50% of my income, my voice is big at 50%.
Okay.
I will agree. You do have a big voice. But I will say that old school way of thinking would be like the man pays all the bills and stuff like that. But we're in the 2000s. All that stuff has changed.
I agree.
And it's time, you know, that we catch up to the way things are now. And with that being said, I think that it makes sense for like women make just as much as men do now.
If not more.
Just as much.
If not more.
To clarify, statistically, black women are making more than black men.
We're
But
making
proceed.
2 times, statistically, we're making 2 times more than the black man.
Yeah,
Let's go ahead next.
That's wonderful. I get my time back. Thank you.
Go ahead.
But I think
Just
with that
rep-
being said, y'all make just as much as men do. So it makes sense for y'all to give more. So why would y'all, you know, pay less when you can pay more?
All right. So let's give some closing statements. That was interesting what you said. So
Thank you.
we could start with you because I'm just curious. You're saying that you think women should pay more now, or
No,
just
I'm
because they
saying
make
it's
more? Or
50-50. I think her argument was that men should pay the majority of the bills. I was saying that it should be 50-50 because we live in a day and time where women do make as much as men.
so you still just evenly, no matter how much, even if the
Absolutely.
woman makes more, it's still 50-50.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Good closing argument.
Any
So I'll
final-
go back to my closing argument will be based off of the audience question.
Okay.
And I think the audience had a very good question about things being moderate in today's time and where we are. And absolutely correct. I think we're in a different day and time in life, but men still have the same thought process that they run the household. It costs to be the boss. That's what my Grammy told me. So if you want to be the boss, you have to pay that. You can't boss up with 50%. I've never seen a boss at 50%, but that's it for me.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So we're going to get into the second topic. So just to tally off, Danny won that first round general consensus. So we have visitors 1, Splash Bros 0. So let's try to get one on the board here. So our second topic is going to be who cheats more, men or women. And right now we have Aaron and we have Venice for our 2 next debaters. Aaron, let's start off with you. What's your stance on the topic?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Gloria. My stance on the topic is women cheat more than men. And I say that because one, women are way sneakier than men are. And 2, it's different levels of cheating. Physically, that goes without saying. That's the overall consensus when anybody thinks of cheating is physically, like having sex with another person outside your relationship. But women also cheat emotionally and mentally. A lot of women have work booze or work husbands, and when they let another man into their mind, most women already know in a relationship, they already thinking about who their next boyfriend are going to be while they're already in a relationship.
Okay. Go ahead, Venice.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So, my stance is that men cheat more, and for several reasons. One, evolution is proof to that. Men were never made for monogamy. That's been proven. And you look at ancestry up until now, there's more societies that practice polygamy, which is a man with more women, because men were not created for monogamy. they don't know how to keep their penises to themselves, to one woman, so they just have to pass it around woman to woman to woman. Also, statistically speaking, there have been several surveys, one most notable from the General Social Survey, that conducted surveys with married men and married women, and married men were 20% more likely than women that were married to cheat and sleep with somebody outside of their marriage. Then when you look at non-married people, 57% of men cheated on multiple women. So yes, men cheat more than women. And to combat what he says about women cheating, yes, women do cheat, but we think through it, which means that we limit the amount of times that we cheat because we take our time to think through it and we're less impulsive. Thank you.
Okay, so Venice gave her stance and her rebuttal.
Oh no, I still get my minute.
Aaron, do you have a rebuttal to what she just said on her stats and statistics and
No.
facts?
I mean, them numbers are cute. Wikipedia is everybody has access to Wikipedia, so those numbers are cute and everything. But I was just doing research the other day about this topic and the show. Are you familiar with? Are any of you, either one of you, familiar with the show Girlfriends?
Yep.
So,
Nah.
excuse me.
You asked the question.
All right, go ahead. Just keep talking. Go ahead.
Thank you.
You get your time.
Can I? Thank you. So it was this one episode where, you remember Maya? Do you know who Maya is? She was unhappy with her marriage and she was actually emotionally attached to some guy at work. And all her friends were like begging her to stop. She was going to lunch with the guy, telling the guy all their business, an outsider. Now, granted, they didn't do anything physically, but she was emotionally attached to this guy more than her own husband. She would lay in the bed with her husband, but only be thinking about that guy. Can't wait to go back to work to see the guy, to tell all her business and everything. So cheating is deeper than just physical. Like if another person can get control of your woman in her mind or her emotions, that's far worse than physical cheating. Because thinking about it, when men cheat off, just as Venice said, impulse and lust. So impulse and lust is one of the most super temporary things that a human can experience. Now, the emotional attachment and mental attachment that comes.
This 60 seconds ain't up yet.
Can I?
Wrap it up. So just go ahead.
That was rude.
I'm just saying.
finish it up. So
I'm trying to figure out who's keeping time because that was way more than 60 seconds.
Finish up your summation.
I'm trying. That was
Go
20
ahead.
seconds. Just take away from me.
All right, go ahead.
Everybody calm down. Okay. So, she tried to mess my train of thought. This is not gonna work. But the mental and emotional part of cheating, when it comes to that, especially with women, it does far more damage to a relationship than the physical and just the physical part of it. Because, like I said before, impulse and lust is super temporary. Once a man gets that, it's over. He can not think about that person ever again. But women, they will be on vacation thinking about their work boo or whatnot. So.
All right, so
I just hope I get all 5 minutes he just got for his rebuttal.
So let's move on. Let's move on to an audience questions.
I didn't get my rebuttal.
You had your rebuttal to his opening.
Yeah,
that was his rebuttal to your
we both got
opening.
60 seconds.
She's the moderator. You can't ask me what.
So I can't rebuttal anything he just said.
How much time did he have? Go ahead. You got 60
Okay,
seconds.
thank you.
Keep it.
First, let me just say, I think it's pathetic
Aaron.
that my competitor just brought up Maya from Girlfriends, because that was one time that she cheated. She cheated with one man who she did get an emotional attachment to, but he made my argument of how men are impulsive, which indicates that y'all cheat more. Regardless of if we're emotionally attached or not, we cheat significantly less, because impulse is going to cause you to stick your dick in some shit you shouldn't be doing from the get-go. So let's be honest. Yes, women may cheat on a more emotional level, but it's much more rare compared to a man who's impulsive, who sees a bad chick in the club or sees a bad chick at the bar or wherever he's at and sticking his dick left and right. I'm done.
All right, so I think we have both.
You done?
No more.
No, you can't
rebuttals.
rebuttal.
No more rebuttals right
I
now.
just said your little
No more
30
rebuttals
seconds.
right now. We're gonna go to the audience for a question. So Danny has a question for the both of you. Aaron, we're gonna let you go first. Go ahead,
Let me
Danny.
go first because I went first on the
So, from the
So we
audience,
stay in the same order. duh.
Go ahead, Danny.
Bernice and for Aaron, you both made good, valid points. Statistics do show that women cheat 20 to 30%, with 15% of that being emotional. Men at 60% is based off impulse. What would you say for men and women on the cheating part? Would you say that men cheat more because of their immaturity, or is it emotional insecurity?
It's a good question.
Well, that was a really biased question, but I'm gonna answer it anyway. That was really biased, but I don't, like I said, I'm standing on the stance that men don't cheat more, but when men cheat, it's off impulse. I would say it's off impulse, but I'm not gonna say they cheat more. So I'm not gonna sit there and agree with you and say that men cheat more, but when men cheat, it's definitely more so off impulse.
I would have to say that is a very good question. And I do think that it does have to do with immaturity, but again, I also don't believe that men were created for monogamy. So because men weren't created for monogamy, and that's been proven just across the board, I do think that, similar to what Aaron is saying, impulse plays a huge role in that. I don't know if it's necessarily immaturity, but I do think that impulse plays in that, and because impulse does, it causes them to cheat more than women do. Because with women, when we cheat, it typically is an emotion attached to it, which means that it's less likely to happen, versus a man who can cheat with somebody else and it means nothing to him, but he'll cheat more often and be more likely to do so. So that is my answer.
Let's not forget Adam and Eve. Everybody.
All right, so we're gonna have our closing statements, but Aaron, it's 1 minute each. But if you want to, because I don't think you directly addressed Danny's question, so if you want to add that with immature, like, do you think it's if you want to add that, if you don't, it's fine. But just if you want, when you give your close,
immature plays a part of it, but it's not a determining factor. It's more so everybody relationship is different, so there's a bunch of variables in it. Immaturity plays a part, but I'm not gonna say that's the determining factor. No.
Okay.
I'll close out by saying that I agree with Aaron in the sense that women can emotionally cheat, but at the same time, I think women are much more strategic. We don't just cheat just to cheat. We have a strategy behind it, which means that we're less likely to do it because we think it through. Whereas men with their impulse, they don't think things through, which means that they are going to be more likely to do it and do it more often. So I think I have been able to conclude that men cheat more than women. Thank you.
I think she lost just because she.
All right, thank you. All right, so we're on topic number 3. Before we go into that, so we just want to take tally again. That last round, Bernice won that round, so we're at Splash Bros 0. Guess 2.
All right.
So let's move on to the next topic. So who does a man love? The one he lies to or the one he tells the truth to? So right here we have B and we have Bill. Those are our next 2 debaters. So y'all go ahead and give your stance. Go ahead, Bill, you go first.
Well, B had said he wanted to go first, so
Okay.
I feel like the man lies to the one that he loves. You know, he's going to protect her feelings. He's going to keep her away from the truth to protect her. He don't want to hurt her, you know, so you got to tell those lies.
Well, when I approached this question, I had wanted to do some extensive research first. And one of the things I found out is I took the bases and got 2 definitions: love and honesty. So love is where you is a full feeling for a person of 100% affection and also keeping it real. So being as though that's the case, being the basis of the situation, I think that if you're lying to the person, you really cannot truly love them. So therefore, keeping it real with a person, regardless of the consequences of your statement or your actions, keeping it real with a person is showing them true love.
I think that's bullshit.
So what's that?
No. Well, okay. So your stance is you're just 100% honest man to your significant other.
Well, that has nothing to do with the topic, so we're going to need you to carry on to the actual.
Do you have a rebuttal?
I think everything he just stated was bullshit.
Okay.
You know, like he not keeping it 100 with the one he loved. He keeping it 100 with the John he just, you know, doing whatever with. You know, he let her know his real intentions and true feelings when he going back home and telling all the lies to the one that he loves. That's a fact.
Okay.
All right.
You have
So the way I see things is, I see love as a long-term situation, not temporary. So long-term, the way I see things is the one that I first of all, the love comes first, and if I love this person, that's the reason why I'm going to be honest. If I love this female, that's the reason why I'm going to be honest with them. Not I'm being honest with them, so that's why I love them. So when he had mentioned as far as the person you're coming home to, well, if I'm in love, I'm being with the same person all the time, one person. So there is no others and these other people that I'm not keeping it real to. And the fact that one thing we have to definitely harp on is the moderator rolling her eyes. So we definitely need to cut that out. That's one thing, because I keep it real, and that's the love that I'm about.
I'm just trying to listen. I'm just trying to listen. So your stance is that you have one woman, that's who you love, and that's who you tell the truth to.
That's
That has nothing to do with the argument. That has nothing to do with the argument.
All right, so we have your stances and your rebuttal. Let's go to the audience. We have Aaron, and you have a question for the both of them
so
to
we're going
answer.
to the audience?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to the audience right now.
Are you the moderator?
Hey, one, what you got for us, eh?
All right. So, question is, question is, if you really love that person as much as you say you do, what happens when? I'm gonna give y'all both scenarios. What happens when? Say if you lying to her, what happens? How do you prove that you love her after she finds out that you was lying to her?
That's a good question. Who wants to?
How does she find out that we lied to her? I mean, I don't understand that question.
However she found out, if she finds out that you lie, how do you justify lying to her? Do you think
what did we lie about?
About whatever the case may be. It could be cheating, it could be where you were, whatever. You said
if we lied about cheating, how did she find out?
I don't know. And she
I can't answer that question. I don't understand.
All right, women's intuition. Say you get caught somehow. Women's intuition, or just say you get caught somehow.
Well, if it's intuition, then it's not a fact. So I can,
All right, I'm
so
sorry.
the
It's
truth
not a
that
fact.
the man
All right, say
is
you
not
get
a
caught.
fact.
Say you get caught. Somebody end up snitching on you.
Or maybe
bam.
say she walked in on you cheating on her. Like, what can you? You
Like
clearly
Shaggy, like
said
it
you're
wasn't
not
me?
cheating on her. She walked in on you cheating on her. What do you say? How do you
That would never
justify
happen.
it?
She would never walk in on me cheating on her. So I can't
You
explain
use
that
the
scenario.
wrong. Like no. Say somebody snitch on you and they show her facts, concrete evidence. How do you prove to her that you love her after that?
I mean, you want to beg, plead, and kiss ass. Like, if somebody show concrete facts that you actually cheated, if they got hard facts, then you're going to have to do everything in the book to win her love back and win her trust back.
Facts. I respect that. And then the question for Bill Numbers is, okay, so you said you're going to be 100% honest with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you 100% honest with her. Tell her what's going on. So she says, all right, I respect you being honest with me, but if you really love me, you wouldn't be doing that at all. So what do you do after that? What do you say? Do you cut the other person off completely, or do you just still tell her at least I'm being honest?
So in that scenario, which I'm not familiar with, but it's just in that scenario though, if you're choosing,
black men don't cheat.
Yeah, black men don't cheat. So in that scenario, excuse me, moderator. If in that scenario, I think she is within her right to give me an ultimatum. And once I come clean with her, and this is where the honest part is good. Once I come clean with her and be honest with her, then she can't say down the line like, "Oh my God, you've been doing this for all these years," blah blah blah. But she can say either you stop or we're done. And but going forward, the love will be genuine because she knows. You said you made an agreement. You said I'm going to stop or we're going to do. You continue, that means you're stopping. But you were honest with her and gave her the opportunity to make the choice of forgiving you and moving on, or stopping there, which is true love. It's in the dictionary, Urban Dictionary as well.
Okay. All right, so let's have some closing statements from the both of you. Just kind of sum it up. You can go off of the question that Aaron asked or just the rebuttals. How do you feel overall?
How do you feel overall, bro?
Let me go first.
Yes, please.
All right, so I'm basically closing it out. It would be like, to me, one of the cornerstones of love is honesty. That's how I see it. So he mentioned that you're protecting her feelings. So you can try your hardest to protect her feelings, but as the audience, O.T. Flacco mentioned, what happens if one time you aren't able to protect her feeling and she finds out, and then she's hurt beyond repair, beyond being able to get back in love, and the love is gone forever. If you love her, you keep it honest with her. If you want to be a person that cheats, which is most other races other than black, but if you want to be a person that cheats, then you at least give her the opportunity to choose to stay or move on.
All right, go ahead, B. Give your closing statement.
The rule is don't get caught cheating. But if you do get caught cheating and you wish to remain with the lady,
Topic for another time.
I mean, it's hard, man. Like, I got caught cheating, man. And you never bounce back from that. That's an argument you're gonna be fighting the whole relationship. Like, she might say that she forgive you, but deep down she not gonna forgive you. She can't get over that shit. Like, women don't get over that shit as easy as a dude. Well, I don't know. I've never known of being cheated on, but you gotta chalk that. You gotta chalk it. If you get caught cheating, it's a wrap. Don't even try to continue the relationship. I'm sorry. If you get caught cheating, just discontinue the relationship, move on, and start over with the next joint. Because you're going to have heartache and pain trying to continue a relationship after being caught.
Can I just ask something? So in that situation, did you lie and then it worked out that you got caught? Or do you think if you told the truth?
Nah, I never lied. Like, when she presented it to me, I fessed up to it. I owned up to my shit. But, and she felt the way. And we had a tough situation at the moment, but she said that she was going to, fight through it. And we tried to get through it. But, we always had problems throughout the course of the relationship. So she was like, after we ended it and had conversations, she was like, she never got over the fact that I cheated. And it's always going to present itself. So, like I said, if you get caught cheating, I mean, unless you're with somebody that's mentally tough and can really deal with that, you might as well end it, because it's not going to work. You're gonna be fighting that situation the whole relationship.
Okay, all right. Thank you, B and Bill, for your input on that topic. All right, we're getting into our last topic for the debate show. Unfortunately, our Splash Bros have been swept. It's now Visitors 3, Splash Bros 0. Our next topic is going to be, if you see your friend's significant other cheating in a bar, what do you do? We have Bill again, and then we have Rihanna here for debating this topic. Bill, you'll go first.
All right, well, one thing we want to start out by saying is the number. We found out the numbers have been skewed for the overall score for Splash Brothers.
So let's move on. You're giving your stance for this topic.
Now, with regards to the topic, one, if that is my friend, I consider it my obligation to make sure they are aware of if their significant other is out here cheating like a lot of females are doing. So if I see my significant other at the bar, finagling with one of these little scrubs, then I would take a picture or video, make sure I have concrete evidence so they know that exactly what's going on and they can make a decision for themselves. Now, what I will say is, after I do that and they continue to deal with the skeezer, then I won't do it again if I see her again cheating.
Let's just be respectful. Go ahead, Rihanna.
Moderator.
So I personally feel like it depends on the person. Just in my tight-knit group of friends that I have, everybody has different personalities, and you know who you can say stuff to and who you can't say stuff to. So I was personally in a situation like that, and I knew that if I told this person that their significant other who was actually hitting on me, if I told that situation would have been totally, like, it wouldn't have been good. And me and that person aren't friends anymore. So I just feel like it depends on the person. You know who you can say something to and who you can't. Everybody's different.
All right, go ahead, Bill. You have a rebuttal to
Well,
that?
I don't know what her stance was because she didn't really give a real answer, so I don't know.
I think she said it depends.
It's okay. Like, I would get concrete evidence and then I would take my time. I think sometimes we get too emotional when we see our friends sitting at the bar and you're sitting there and you're like, oh, she cheating on my man, but you don't know what your man is actually doing to her to make her out there cheating.
That's your butt?
Right. So,
Okay,
so
all right, so I have my rebuttal
just
now.
one second, Brianna. So you don't have a one.
She said
one or
take
the
her
other.
time.
Just take your time, but you would tell.
Oh,
I would
Eventually.
I would think things out first, and I would judge it based, like I said, based upon the person. But I would get concrete evidence before saying something.
Right.
But I don't think telling is always the proper.
okay. So
response.
that being her
Right, go
rebuttal, that being her rebuttal is actually good because I mean that being her stance is actually good.
Right. Your rebuttal.
Excuse me. So the reason I say that is because let me ask you a question right now. You said you want to take your time and get all the evidence, right? What if your friend that we're talking about, whose man was in there cheating, whatever, what if they find out before you get all the evidence, and then the guy was like, oh yeah, well, you know, your friend was in there, I thought she would have told you about it, and they come to you and say, oh, you saw this and you ain't tell me? What's your response to that?
That has nothing to do with me.
You gonna tell your close friend that has nothing to do with you?
That has nothing to do with me. I have been in this situation, and I say this, I base my stance based off the situations that I've been in before. So I've had that situation where I've told a friend prior to her engagement party that her significant other was cheating on her, and she went to her engagement party.
Did she invite you?
Yes.
Why? If you didn't tell her?
I told her.
Oh, you did tell her. You said you did
And
tell
she
her.
still went to her engagement party.
So now, so did
I'm
you
not
feel better
doing-
about yourself that you told her, so you can say, "Oh, at least I told her."
No, I don't.
If you, so that's
Because their
no, wait,
relationship
one more thing.
is also the same relationship I said with her significant other still continues to
All right, but how about when you have to feel bad if you went to that engagement party knowing that she was cheating and you didn't tell her?
No.
You would have felt the same way.
Yes.
No.
All right, excellent answer. So, Rihanna feels like you have your stance and you gave your rebuttal. You asked her a question for you, Bill. So, she said she was in that situation before. Have you been in that situation before or been on the other end when someone saw you out? And
Well, one thing is, most times the moderators are not supposed to be doing a whole lot of talking. But I'll go ahead and answer that anyway. I have been in that situation, and like I said, I took a picture, sent it to him,
Okay.
and she was cut the next day. That's it. Simple as that. Save him the embarrassment and save the little cheater. Well,
all right. All right, so we have some
Was
audience.
your friend cheating on her?
No, he was faithful. Black men don't cheat. Excuse me.
All right, Rihanna, let's go to the audience. We have a question. Let's start with B. You have a question for Rihanna and Bill?
Yeah, I got a question for Rihanna. I just wanted to clarify.
Speaking to the mic.
I want to clarify what she stated. So you're stating that you wouldn't tell your friend that her significant other was cheating because you was
Had experiences.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't tell them. I'm saying I will base it upon the person that I'm in the situation with at that time. So for her, I knew at that time that any future situations that came to me seeing her spouse cheat, I was not going to involve myself in because she was not going to do anything about it.
Okay, so because you felt that she wasn't going to do anything about it, she didn't deserve to know that person was doing whatever?
My thing is she knows. Because there have also been instances where she has come back to me and told me about random times when he has done things to her, but she didn't tell me.
But your duty as a friend. So your duty as a friend, if you see your friend doing whatever, as a friend, you're supposed to go back to her and let her know what's going on, regardless of what the outcome is and how she addresses the situation. As a friend, you need to let her know what she's dealing with. So you feel like because she doesn't handle the situation the way that you want her to handle it, decides on if you're going to tell her or not?
Loyalty is described in different, is determined in different ways to different people.
Loyalty
so my
to
thing
what?
Is maybe she's just the type of person that needs me to support her in her relationship, because clearly she's not going to take ownership and do what she needs to do by leaving her spouse if she knows he's going to continue to cheat on her. Because at this point, she knew prior about other instances before I even found out. So she knows he's going to cheat on her and she's going to continue to be in that relationship. So she, no matter what I say to her, it's not going to do anything but damage our relationship, because she is either going to make me upset that she's allowing herself to be in this situation and she's not willing to do anything about it. So I don't know if she just needs me to be that type of friend that's just going to support her and wait for her to, decide that this is not what she deserves as a person.
Well, you could have said a lot.
I seem like you're too attached to the situation.
I think what Rihanna's going off of is a personal situation where it didn't work for her. What Bill's going off of is a situation where he did it and it worked for him, and that's how you're moving forward in the situation. So, Carisha, do you have a question for either Bill or Rihanna?
So I do. So flip side.
For who?
So for actually both.
Okay.
I'm curious. So let's flip this. So if the shoe was on the other foot, would you want your friend to tell you?
100%. They better tell me. If they don't, then we not friends no more.
Agreed.
Okay.
Regardless of how I handle the situation, I want my friend to tell me.
Facts.
Okay.
Rihanna?
I would want my friend to use wisdom. What? And like I said,
please.
I would want her, like you say, I would want her to have facts, because at the end of the day,
A picture is
your
facts.
friend can say,
a picture.
No, I said I would want that.
So if she takes a picture.
I would want pictures, I would want
That's
facts.
not argument.
But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, some people can deal with their significant other cheating and go on and. My thing is, I would want to know that it's not just something that she went into a bar and she just happened to see him talking to somebody, you don't know who it is, and then you're stirring something up.
So you're saying the picture could possibly be it could be a story behind the picture.
It could be a story behind anything.
All right, so let's get some final closing statements from Rihanna and Bill. Which one of you would like to go first? Okay, go ahead, Rihanna. What's your final?
Short-winded one.
I'm just saying I don't necessarily disagree with what Bill is saying, but what I will say is that in every situation you have to use wisdom and discretion when doing anything that you do, and you can't just hop off of your feelings for one person, but you don't even know how they're being treated in their relationship. You don't know what's going on, so a lot of times you just have to stand still and wait for things to play out.
Regardless of how they're being treated, if you are able to take the picture. Take the picture, video, whatever. Send it. I'll decide how I deal with it. But at least I know as a good friend you were looking out for me, and that's the bottom line.
Okay, thank you both for those final words. All right, so that last topic that was pretty. Splash Bros finally made it. They got 1 point. Bill won that topic.
What was it, unanimous or was it a split decision?
I'm not really sure.
Unanimous.
So Bill won that last topic against Rihanna. So Splash Bros 1, Visitors 3. So, they still kind of fell short. But we thank you all for watching and listening to the debate show.
Part of it.
I'm the moderator. Okay, to the debate show.
All right, so we're back with we just had a invigorating debate where the numbers were changed, skewed. So we unfortunately lost, but whatever.
If y'all remember the Florida recount, it was that type of situation.
Exactly. So basically, we're going to dive into a few more topics that our listeners asked us to deal with. And then we're going to actually, again, incorporate our studio audience to input or have questions about what we're referring to. So the first topic, Aaron, why you tell us the first topic we're talking about?
Does an expensive gift make up for cheating? Would you accept it or keep it?
Okay. So one of the things that inspired that topic is, if you see recently, what's the name of the rapper?
Offset.
Yeah, Offset.
Cardi B.
Cardi B. Yeah. Apparently, did she break up with divorce or something like that?
They're
filed.
She filed for divorce.
Okay, and then her birthday came, and he brought her an expensive truck, and as well as all a bunch of other stuff. So, me as a male, as an apology, a expensive gift wouldn't be my first situation. But if it was, and you accept it, then you accepting it is also you forgiving me. Period. So that's just how I feel.
Uptown Mel.
Thank you for getting that name correctly. I would agree. I think anytime you take any gift or accept a gift, knowing that it's because somebody did wrong, I think that's you acknowledging it and saying, forgiving the person.
I mean, I agree as well. It's just that, I know you're not going to forget about it right offhand, but just accepting the gift, just like they said, that means that you're willing to forgive and we're going to work forward to it. So if you accept it, then that means you're definitely willing to move forward and forgive me for it. I know you're not going to, I know she wouldn't forget it, but I know she's willing to move forward and forgive me for it.
The reverse thing is, if you choose to break up with me for whatever this shit that I did, then you have to return the gift. If that's what the apology was for. Now I know there is no reneging or what's that called? What's it called? Indian giver or whatever. But
That's
if if my specific apology includes this gift and you accept it, knowing that you're not going to forgive me, then no, we're not playing those games at all. Now, again, we have our opinions, so we want to ask we have a studio audience, Danielle. Danny?
Yeah, hey. So,
Talk to the mic, please.
I'm talking to the mic. If you gave me a gift because you utilized your PD in the wrong manner, and if folks want to know what PD is, public dick, if you use it in the wrong manner, in the wrong setting, and you felt horrible about hurting my feelings, hey, that's my girl, I hurt her feelings, let me do something to ease the pain. You gave me a gift. That gift, I don't know where the definition is. It says that gift is a forgiveness. That gift is your apology for hurting my feelings. I accept your apology, but I don't want you, and I don't have to take you back. The gift doesn't mean I have to take you back. If you want the gift back, then you're not really a man. You're just a little boy that want to play the man's game. That's just my opinion. But I'll let this gentleman.
Well, that's bullshit. Because if I give you a gift, you accept the gift, you accept me.
The mic.
Can we introduce
If I give you a gift, this is B247.
Yeah.
If I give you a gift and you accept the gift, you accept me.
Exactly.
So if you're gonna say you're gonna accept the gift, you're gonna accept me. If you ain't gonna accept me, but you're gonna accept the gift, then that gift is leaving with me.
Exactly.
If I ain't a man, then I ain't a man. I don't give a fuck.
That's called
But I'm gonna
fact.
take this motherfucking gift back with me.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
Well, I say this. You show me where it says that gift is a requirement for you to stay.
It doesn't say that it's a
If you
requirement
gave
for
me
you
the
to
gift
stay.
from your heart, why is it a requirement to stay?
If you accept it, it's a requirement.
That's the part.
Just
if you
say that up
accept it.
front. Say that up front. So here's what I say. Wait. As a man, say that up front. Babe, I'm sorry, I'm giving you this gift. But if you don't accept this apology, you're not getting this gift. Tell me that up front.
How about we say this? Babe, I'm giving you this gift as my apology. If you forgive me, I want you to accept this gift as a
Say that. Say that.
I ain't saying none of that. I'm giving you the gift. If you accept the gift, you accept me.
Fact.
That. Me giving you the gift is the acceptance.
I appreciate
Exactly.
that.
You know what I'm saying? So if you gonna say, "Oh, thank you, babe. This is a wonderful gift. I appreciate it. Thank you."
I'm not
Then
gonna call
that-
you babe, PD.
I don't give a fuck. You can
I'm
call
gonna
me
say
brainy, you
thanks.
can call me a piece of shit, you can call me whatever.
Okay.
But if you accept this gift,
Okay.
you accepting me.
Okay.
So if you
Outside on the porch.
all right,
Right.
if I ain't coming in the house, then that gift is leaving with me.
Exactly.
That at the end of the day.
Now that actually leads us to our next situations, because this is a situation is actually pretty common. Let's say you're engaged, right? And obviously didn't get engaged. Excuse me, to the audience. In order to get engaged, you have to propose and give a ring.
Right.
Absolutely.
Now, I know what the law says. Now, let me say what the law says first. The law in Pennsylvania says...
You have to get the ring back.
Exactly. If you are engaged and you have not been married yet, the ring belongs to the man who gave it back. Do you feel... Would y'all ask for the ring back if you were engaged and y'all broke up for whatever, no matter whose fault it is, for whatever reason, and y'all broke up before you got married? Let me say me get the rings coming back. Facts.
I mean, yeah, the ring coming back because it's like, why would you want to walk around with an engagement ring when you're not even getting married?
Well, they can pawn it.
To me, no, that ring coming back is
Jamil.
I think I agree. Like, why would you want a ring that?
But they can pawn it.
Yeah, I mean, but even pawn it. I mean, the ring means that, you know, the significance of the ring was our love and stuff like that. So why would you even want to keep that? If you don't want to keep me, then you should keep the ring.
Studio audience, what we think?
I agree. Ring coming back.
Danny?
So,
you want to keep everything.
I'm just going to say, again, it's not about keeping everything. It's what's right, what's fair.
What do you think is right?
What's right? I know what the law says.
Yes.
But how many of you jokers in here follow the law on a regular basis? You don't. You drink and drive.
Excuse me, I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Anyway, that's number
You
one.
can drink and drive, and it's not wrong until you get caught.
Let me
Danny,
just say
6'9".
6'9", you don't follow the law.
No.
Number two, you're not law-abiding citizens on a regular basis.
Ain't wrong till you get
Number two,
Exactly.
it ain't wrong till you got caught. You got caught, I kept the ring. Goodbye. What's the difference? And for a woman, what woman do you know that goes to the pawn shop?
So what you gonna do with the ring then?
This is
why would
2020.
you want to
What I would do the ring, I would have the most amazing earrings, bracelets, necklace. Depends on how many diamonds. It depends on what your weight looks like.
Oh.
So if your weight is up and I get a nice enough ring, I'm gonna have multiple pieces with that. But if you're low budget, I'm gonna just give you the ring back.
But if he asks
That's
for the
right.
ring back, will you return it?
Depends on what he did. Because for me,
Cheating.
it's not about
You
the
call
ring.
him red-handed cheating.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna keep it.
You gonna keep it?
Absolutely.
out of spite.
Come get it.
Oh, so if you come get it, you gonna give it to him?
He's not gonna come get it.
Oh.
Why does cheating deter like everything? Like, why you gotta get?
So I'm gonna say that. So you're right, and I'm glad you said that question. Do I get to expound on that question? So for me, it's like having an Islamic marriage, right?
Ooh.
Islamic marriage, a man, if he could afford 2 households, he gets to have 2 households. And there's reasons behind the 2 households, right? There has to be a need, a woman who has children, the husband's deceased, they take them on, they take on a family, that's part of their brother, blah, 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 fine. What about the woman? What about me getting 2 men? So if I'm on the same, let me finish. If we're on the same page and we both on that type time, then know that you have to take what I give. If you can't take what I give, like as Ehrman said in his segment that he lost earlier, that, oh no, she emotionally cheat, then that's going to ruin everything. Don't dish out something you can't take. So we can't both be on the same type time. I'm a big girl. Put my big girl panties on. We're going to live our best life on the same type time. But if you ain't built for that, stay in your little box and stop playing.
Oh, can I
Go ahead,
can I ask what I mean, can I spin on that?
You can, loser. Go ahead.
So when you said the emotional cheating part, right? When if a man goes and cheats out of lust, man, that's a spur of the moment, Joe. Man, he wanted done most times. Emotional cheating, y'all, it doesn't really go nowhere. It takes months and almost years for a woman to get over.
So can you come back to me?
Wait, let me finish. It takes women months and years to get over a dude. Like they can be in a relationship with somebody, and you seen this, you seen it. You be in a relationship with somebody, a whole committed relationship, and you in love with somebody who's behind bars and waiting for the day he get out. As soon as he comes home, it's that your relationship is over with the current person.
So I like
you seen it. Not saying you did it.
So I like to say this.
Go ahead.
So for me, that's probably the caliber of women that you deal with.
I didn't say it was me.
I'm finishing my statement. You said it, so I get to. That's probably the caliber of women that you deal with. That's waiting for someone behind bars to come home. That's unrealistic and it's not logical.
So
and I'm still talking because the camera's on me. It's unrealistic and it's not logical for a woman to be emotionally attached to a man that's behind bars with 2,000 other men. That's weird as fuck. But that's just my point. What I will say again, all women are emotional cheaters. Some of us are on the same type time you on. You just gotta be able to handle it. If you can't handle it, then don't play in the sandbox. You gotta play in your own lane. You gonna play in the sandbox, and we all on the same page. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna pass it to my guy B.
All right, listen, we chose to have a
247,
talker as one of our guests. So that's fine.
Yeah,
but we're gonna
speaking facts.
We're gonna end it off on one of the most. It's a serious topic. It's a groundbreaking topic, but we feel like we had to touch on it because it's something that in society is definitely something that's important. So, between a man and a woman, after your session or whatever is done, who gets the rag? That's what we want to know. That's the bottom line. We want to know who gets the rag. Now, me personally, there's a few scenarios. One, the person whose house it is. But I honestly just think in general it's the woman's job to get the rag, and that's just how I feel.
She gotta get the rag, man.
Yeah.
She gotta get the rag. I put on work. She gotta get the rag.
That's some interesting takes. I would say situational. I would say.
What do you mean? Is it the woman, man, or the woman? What do you mean?
I don't think it's
You think depending on where you're
either. I don't think it's either job. I think it's more so.
Depending on what?
I think it's like, oh, I got it this time. Oh, you get it next time. Take that. That's
All
how I
right,
would
we're gonna let our two guests. They can give their opinion. Then
You wanna go
then we
first,
out of
Pete?
here.
I mean, yeah. If
To the mic, yeah.
if I put in work, she gotta get the rag. I mean,
Facts.
I don't give a fuck if I'm at my crib or her crib. She getting the rag if I put that work in.
Facts.
I mean, if I gave out some dookie, I get the rag. You know what I'm saying? I'd be a little bitch ass nigga and get the rag if I gave out dookie. But if I put that work in, she gonna get that rag.
Danny.
I'm a grown ass woman. I ain't never heard nobody say get the rag. What I've heard people say, we about to get in the shower. That's what
fuck
grown
outta here.
people do.
Oh,
I never heard that.
No,
Get
she
the
always
rag.
know.
So wait, can I finish? You wanted me to finish?
That boring
Let me
sex.
finish.
That boring sex out
It had nothing to do with boring sex. If you had sex and we had the most amazing night ever,
You ain't
for
getting
me,
in the shower.
I'm still finishing. For me, if you want to get in the shower, we get in the shower. If I'm at your house or my house, I guarantee you're gonna get the fucking rag. That's how it works. Go get the rag. I'm waiting. I usually just lay there and wait, and then they wipe me off. That's usually how it goes.
Bullshit.
Yeah, so we this was one of our I think this was our best episode. We would like to thank all our guests, B, Danny, Venice. I don't think the K person ever helped at all. We'll go with Gloria and Rihanna.
Thank y'all.
And we want to thank them for episode. Everything was all pretty much off the top. We say whatever we want to say, and this is how we feel. Blah blah blah. Closing statements.
Once again, shout out to the producer Eloy. You know, he held us down with the equipment, sound.
Link in the bio.
Link in the bio for sure. Equipment, sound, lighting. He got everything situated for us. But once again, thank you for all the guests. B-Dot, Danny, Carisha, Gloria, Rihanna. Thank you for everybody for participating. Y'all made this extra fun and funny. So I know once it hit the Tube and Spotify and all that, we definitely gonna enjoy listening and watching this episode.
Middle shit.
I would just say thank you everybody for a good episode and helping to create this today.
All right, and that's the wrap.